Hello everybody, this is Jeff at etrailer.com. Today we're going to take a look at this triangle 215/75R17.5 radial tire in a load range H, and it's mounted on this 17.5-inch silver steel dual wheel with an offset and an 8 on 6.5-inch bolt pattern. Now this tire wheel assembly is designed for use on heavy-duty dual wheel trailers. The wheel itself is a steel wheel, and it has the two handholds you can see right here. It is sturdy and corrosion resistant. It does use a silver powder coat finish over an E-coat primer to give you excellent corrosion resistance. And we mentioned the offset on this. It's a very high offset, and because of that it allows the wheel to be used as either an inner wheel if it's installed this way, or if you spin it around, an outer wheel on a dual wheel setup. And again, the offset will change between positive or negative depending on how it's used. So if it's used like this on an outer wheel setup, it would be a negative 5.59-inch offset. If you spun it around to put it as an inner wheel, then it's going to change to a positive offset. It would be a 5.59-inch positive offset. Now that offset allows the wheel to be positioned closer to the trailer frame when it's used as an inner wheel. And if it's spun around and used in the outer position, that offset ensures that it'll sit closer to the outside of the trailer. The diameter on the wheel is 17.5 inches. The width on just the wheel itself is 6 3/4 inches. We mentioned the bolt pattern on this is an 8 on 6.5-inch bolt pattern, and if you want to measure that on a wheel that's an even number of lugs, like in this case 8, it's pretty easy because the even lugs are always directly across from each other. So all you have to do is pick any hole, let's say this hole, measure from the center of this hole directly across to the center of the hole right across from it. So on this it'll measure 6.5 inches. So that means it's an 8 lug 6.5-inch bolt pattern. Weight capacity on just the wheel is 6,200 pounds. Now this is a hub piloted wheel, and this is the pilot hole. The pilot hole diameter on this is 4.76 inches. So basically a hub piloted wheel means this is going to center on your trailer. So it doesn't use the lugs to center it, it uses the pilot hole. And because that, the lugs, if you notice, do not have a bevel to them, so it will require the use of flange nuts for installation. They use a lug size of 5/8 inch by 18 size flange nut. The tire that's mounted on this is a premium multi-use steer all-position radial tire. It is constructed with all steel belts to enhance durability and help extend the tread life. If we turn it this way, if you look at the width on it, it has wide shoulders, which will promote even wear, better traction. And it uses an enhanced casing package, which helps improve the toughness and retreadability on the tire. Now the tire size is always on the sidewall, and where you'll find it, it'll say 215/75R17.5. The R means it's a radial tire. Section width on this, 8.3 inches. Overall diameter from the bottom to the top when it's inflated is 30.2 inches. And this tire is a load range H, which means it's a 16-ply tire. So it has a maximum load capacity when used as a dual wheel setup of 4,540 pounds at 125 PSI. And the last thing I do want to mention, does come through with a speed rating. They do stamp the tire with a speed rating now, and it is designated by a letter designation. And where you'll find that is right after the tire size we just went over. You'll see right after it there's 2 numbers for a load index and then a letter L. Speed rating L will mean this has a 75 mile/hour speed rating. But that's going to do it for a look at this triangle 215/75R17.5 radial tire in a load range H on this 17.5-inch silver steel dual wheel with the offset and the 8 on 6.5-inch bolt pattern.